I'm Phil D.
And I'm Scott G.
Welcome to our inaugural episode. This month, we're talking about game stores.
What are game stores?
With our guest, GambitGeek.
No, for real, what are game stores?
Let's find out. Enjoy the show.
So, what do you think of this? Okay, so just real quick, we are doing a couple of different topics here. So, time codes in the descriptions if you want to jump around or
If you don't care about something, go to something else.
That's right.
If you do care about something, go to it first.
Go to it first. I think they know how it works.
You could skip around and remix our podcast on your own.
That's right. You could hit shuffle. Is there a shuffle
Could you
feature?
shuffle time codes? That's what we're going to start doing. We're going
We'll
to come
just
up
shuffle time codes. Anyways, time codes in the description, guys. Check that out. So, what do you think about this? Will VR ever go mainstream?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not so certain. I mean, yeah, on a long enough timeline, obviously. Within our lifetime?
Wow.
Yeah,
When you say mainstream, what you mean is the kind of thing that the regular consumer would have in their home.
yeah.
Do you
Well,
mean
because right now it's
replacing gaming? Do you mean replacing flat gaming? Because I don't think that. I
No,
really
no,
don't
it
think
won't.
we're ever going to replace flat gaming.
You won't ever replace flat gaming. I mean, that's going to be
It's a different thing.
That's a different thing. What I'm thinking of is just like right now it's such a niche thing. You really do with some of these headsets need quite a bit in order just to play a game. What I'm saying is like not will it replace gaming, but will it ever be on the kind of the same footing as let's say console gaming, because even PC gaming is still technically a niche thing. That's about as mainstream as I'm.
You are trying to piss people off.
Yeah, man. Hey,
he just called the PC Master Race niche, guys.
You guys are niche.
You
I'm
hear
sorry.
that? You're niche.
It's a very prevalent niche. It is still niche.
Very vocal niche, you'll find out.
Hey, tell me in the comments how much you hate my guts and want to kill myself. I should kill myself.
So, I understand what you mean as far as replacing or not replacing, but having a significant segment, right?
Yeah, that was really all I was getting at.
Yeah. So I believe we're on the cusp of that happening.
Okay.
I would say that VR is potentially going to be more a standalone industry.
I got you.
Like the phone game market, so would you consider cell phone games?
Yeah. I mean, that's mainstream.
And you
what
don't
I mean,
consider PC gaming fucking mainstream?
Look.
So this is what he just said. See, don't you guys have phones? Don't you guys have phones? Scott is Blizzard over here. Okay,
that's right.
Okay, so that's kind of my point. Is that phones definitely have a significant portion.
Absolutely.
I'd say it's similar to PC gaming.
Okay. Like the phones?
Yeah. And
yeah.
in that regard.
Oh, did you hear that? Philip just compared you to phones.
As far as how many people actually play on
you
this
are
device,
a phone.
No, it's the other end of the spectrum, though.
I got you.
That's the thing. The phones are the cheap end. The PC is the high end.
Yeah.
So it's the two cusps.
Well, and here, this is the thing. Everybody has a PC in their house.
Yeah.
Not everybody uses that PC to play games.
No.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Everybody has a video game console in their house.
Okay. So what you're getting at is, if, let's say, major developers started making VR for gaming applications.
Make it affordable. That's the
$300 for a standalone headset that you can also use with a PC.
You're talking about the Quest 2.
The Quest 2. It's fucking affordable.
That's about to say that's probably the
we're there
best gateway into it.
And the thing is, it's become my regular headset. I use that more than my PSVR. I sold a Rift S once I got it because I was like, there's no fucking
and potentially
reason.
It's going to get cheaper and cheaper to manufacture things like that.
Or you're at least going to get a much better one each iteration for the same price.
Right.
They're either going to keep the same price point and continue to iterate, or you're going to get a cheaper device regularly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's an extremely easy option to get most people.
But you still need a computer to have for that thing to function, don't you?
No,
not at all.
No,
okay.
You can play things completely native on it without any streaming at all.
No outside sources.
No outside sources. But you connect it with a cable or over a fast enough network, and then you can play PC games as well.
Okay.
So it's a dual function headset, and then check this out. They're trying to make a there's a keyboard. I don't know if it's released or not. It's a Logitech keyboard that is viewable in VR.
Mm-hmm.
So you set it in front of you. The hand tracking in the Quest 2 knows where your hands are. It can see where the keyboard is. You can set it on a desk in front of you, and then you can make a virtual workspace with as many screens as you want around you. You can do it. I want to say that they're doing like in-app basic things, but it seems like they're also having that same streaming your PC functionality.
I got you.
To where you're able to do work on your PC with multiple screens, and you have a keyboard right in front of you.
Yeah.
That's a more mainstream environment, especially with the situation of everybody working from home. A lot of people working from home, because even post-pandemic, this has changed the way that people work.
I guess that's true too. Just this past year, I mean, you obviously saw, VR become like a more accepted part of like everyday life.
It's the only way to hang out with people safely.
Yeah.
In a lot of people's eyes.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in that situation, there became all this. Well, what if we did work remotely this way? Well, what if we could hang out with each other and do this? So there are a number of applications coming soon. Like, you know that awesome thing that they do in Ghost in the Shell, where they're all in the room together. But
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that's that. But where they're all like in the room together having a conference meeting, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the next things that they do with the Oculus platform. They're going to release a I don't even know what it's called, man. Some kind of word,
some word.
Some word. It's a word.
The
words. Fucking words. So the it's like conference room, or they have to have their catchy.
Yeah, but it would be basically just having like a
you make an avatar
or whatever. Yeah, you
make an avatar. It's a little bit more like the way the avatars look in like on the Xbox. A lot more detailed, I guess. And you can kind of get a representation of yourself. I think they're even launching some kind of thing where basically you can take pictures of yourself and make your own face into it. The next version of the Quest is going to have face tracking. That's what face and eye tracking.
Yeah.
So then you'd be able to smile and shit like that at people. This is going to make it to where it's not so much about gaming. It's about utility.
I got you.
That's what's going to make VR mainstream. That... And Microsoft just showed off HoloLenses.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yes.
So what's going on with this?
Pokemon Go.
Oh, well, there you go. That's all you need to do to make anything mainstream. Just put fucking Pokemon on it.
It's Niantic has done this demo, right?
Okay.
And there's a video which it's a little like we're getting there, okay? But I don't think we're quite at this level of what they're showing for the. Well, let me just tell you
Explain
about the demo.
What this is, yeah.
So everybody knows Pokemon Go. Well, imagine if instead of you having to do it through your phone with the AR thing, you just have these HoloLenses on that have a see-through visor but then can overlay images and
Right.
stuff. So
Yeah.
it has 3D cameras around it. It's judging the world around you. It's then implementing Pokemon into the world.
Mhm.
Well, so
Tracking your movement in some way. I'm
absolutely.
sure. Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think it's controller based. I really think it's hand gesture based.
Yeah.
Right. And they
Like,
showed.
I think I saw that thing, and he was just holding his hand out and like kind of scrolling through a menu
Maybe
kind of thing.
Oh
picking
yeah,
what he
yeah,
wants,
totally,
and then, whoop.
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You did see this.
Okay.
So did you see the portion where it showed? Oh, well, what if you don't need the Bulbasaur or the Charmander or whatever?
Mhm.
Your friend does. Your friend has it. So they showed this technology, which wouldn't just be for this, but it's amazing. Where let's say you're hanging out with me here, and we both have HoloLenses on.
Mhm.
Okay, we're both recording each other in 3D data.
Okay.
Then you pop us into Dan's game over here. We're gonna go play with Dan.
Yeah.
Because Dan found a Charmander, and we fucking need this Charmander.
Right.
So he's like, "Hey guys, why don't you come over here?" And we pop into his world. We
basically see what he's seeing.
Exactly. It then overlays on our visors so that we can then catch his, right?
Okay, that's crazy.
And it'll even show him
Uh-huh.
with us and us with him, so that it's like, yeah. So this is the technology.
That's the
that's
future, man.
That's what's going to bring VR into
I
the
gotcha.
mainstream.
Well, okay.
Gaming, on the other hand.
So let
is
me
always
ask you
gonna
this
be-
question before we move on from this. Do
Yeah.
you make a distinction between VR and augmented reality?
No.
Not really.
Mm-mm. No. To me, it's one and the same. Especially
Kind of
with
two halves of the same coin.
It really
kinda
is.
thing?
It works on the same thing. You're still doing a dual image to full depth perception.
Right.
You're still, it's just whether the overlay is a rendered world or a physical world. It works the same, man.
Yeah.
In my eyes, augmented reality and VR, it shouldn't even have different titles. It sucks that now, like, we have all these different terminologies
Right.
for basically the same thing.
Well, human beings like to categorize things. That's why we have subgenres.
It's so bad.
I mean,
but yeah, I consider both of them the same, and I
Okay.
think that those are the type of things.
do you think if
Work
one
applications,
like it's kind of a
Pokemon.
cart pulling the horse kind of thing, whereas like if one kind of takes off, the other will follow behind?
Yeah, I
kinda
do.
thing?
I do, because I think a lot of the
'Cause I feel-
fundamentals of the technologies are the same.
Because I honestly feel like the AR technology would honestly kind of move forward a lot faster.
Of course.
Because of the practical applications.
Absolutely.
Because it could potentially, like,
But-
you could potentially one of these days have glasses that replace phones.
Yeah, but for instance, the virtual office, virtual desktop kind of thing,
Oh, yeah.
having a keyboard sitting in front of you, potentially a mouse, or gesture hand-based thing, and then projecting a desk around you with a shit ton of screens, that is a little bit better for an actual
Like actual headset. Yeah.
because you could get a better resolution and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick. So one other thing that I see kind of, it's more of a wall in the way. Not that the wall can't be broken down, but
Yeah.
like say the physical requirements of VR,
yeah.
like the fact that you have this headset which can get very hot,
Mhm.
on your face. Depending on how long you have to wear that can get uncomfortable. Just in terms of gaming, you have the whole, like, people who aren't used to doing this a lot tend to get nauseous, need their satin totes.
For the nausea.
So, like, I mean, do you think people just start getting used to that? I mean, like,
Okay, so that's a fair point, right?
Yeah.
I think that we
just have to tell them to get
get good and eat ginger. It seems as though we're every iteration of new VR hardware, for the most part, has updated something. I mean, the index, the Valve Index, can run at 1440 per eye at 144 hertz.
Okay.
And 1440 by 1440 per eye at 140 hertz, 44 hertz, and that is to the point of smoothness that, I mean, we're potentially eliminating fucking motion sickness for most people.
For most people, yeah.
And the Quest is getting it started at 72 hertz. It got an update for 90 and 80 hertz. It's getting an update for 120 hertz. Not all games are going to do it, but these iterations are possible. The thing is that, for instance, on the Quest 2, higher refresh rate, lower battery. You have less battery.
Okay.
We got to get more efficient with batteries. We got to get more efficient with screens.
Well, that's across the board.
And that's just a natural progression, right? But the second part of that is size.
Yeah.
Right? Batteries are big, screens are big. If you make both of those things more efficient, you can make them smaller. If you increase technology, you can make them smaller. You know, there's a bunch of things with that.
Right.
Apple's getting into the game, dude.
Okay.
Apple's making a fucking VR headset. You and your hands. Your hands. Get your goddamn hands out the mic. Handsy. I saw
Welcome to our next segment. Scott punches the mic.
Fuck. Oh, no. But yeah, Apple's getting into the game, and I think,
well, that's a big deal.
And I mean,
that's ultimately a big deal.
Apple getting into the VR market pretty much means that these things we're talking about will be solved, because Apple will not let a janky product come out. I will say that about them, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right.
Their new shit has to be sleek. It has to be easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be, accessible.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be comfortable. Those are things that they've totally like the Apple Watch is a comfortable watch.
Yeah.
You know, they make sure to make their stuff ergonomic and in general, like the headphones and all that kind of stuff, although they're just fucking beats. But,
yeah. It beats shit.
Yeah. Well, whew. So I think that no matter what the price point is with this Apple headset, it doesn't matter whether it's a $400 headset or a $4,000 fucking headset. They will sell them. People will love them. People will,
and they will buy them.
And then VR.
And then VR. It'll be the age of VR. Okay. Well. And again, these are just roadblocks that I see.
Okay.
In the way of
Roblox.
Roblox.
Everybody loves Roblox.
No, they don't.
Oh.
You are very wrong.
I meant nobody likes Roblox.
There you go.
Oh.
See, we can correct on the fly. Anyways, just another roadblock I see. Like the social.
Hold on, I gotta stop you. I don't think we can correct on the fly. That's an amazing film.
Well. Brindle Goldblum.
Brindle Fly.
Yeah.
So the mainstream.
So, to get to where I consider mainstream, is there a way for so you were mentioning that they were doing some kind of laser tag situation.
Dude, Space Pirate Arena is so.
Yeah.
Let me explain it real quick. Space Pirate Trainer is amazing. You guys just watched some videos of it. Actually, this is a good time to pitch our new video show. We're gonna launch a new video show
on the YouTubes,
and we'd like all you people to watch our video show.
Yep.
So we're gonna start compiling VR video gameplays of us doing shit.
Us and other people, other friends, just kind of playing some VR, looking like idiots.
We got a blue screen going on.
It's real fun.
Do some magic.
That's
and
right.
Make it happen. And the first episode is actually going to be of our
guest for the next segment.
That's right.
So stick around for that.
Old Gambit Gamer. I got that right.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yay!
But anyways, so this laser tag VR.
Yeah, it's basically, it's you find a warehouse, you find a large amount of space. It needs to be inside, right? And you take 2 Oculus Quests, again wireless VR headsets. You trace out the room, you connect the game together. I don't think this is actually out yet. And then it generates a maze.
Okay.
And then you guys wander around in this maze like fools, shooting at each other like laser tag.
And anybody watching from the outside
is like, do they see walls? I don't,
Yeah.
Because you're peeking around nothing to the outside world, but in the world, there's a maze going on in this space that you've created.
You ever see that episode of Space where they're pretend fighting with guns?
Yeah,
they're diving.
Yeah, there you go.
Diving in like rooms and like just invisible guns. Just,
Yeah, except the room's invisible, not the guns.
Right.
Wrong analogy.
So wrong analogy.
Not
That's
like
just
that at
what
all.
I thought.
It was the other way.
I got you. Anyways, so yeah, VR laser tag.
VR laser tag.
Could that lead potentially to VR LARPing?
VR LARPing. There's a game that's coming out that's going to be basic. It's not D&D because you'd have to have the license, but it's a tabletop RPG experience that is a lot like playing D&D, except you get a 3D battlefield and you're able to move the characters around.
Cool.
Can't remember the name of that one. Sorry. And all of these type of experiences that you're talking about there, those are the ones that are going to bring the gaming community together, because it's going to be the next level of multiplayer.
I got you. Yeah, and that's really what I was getting at is VR as it currently stands, although obviously there are multiplayer games and you can play online.
Population 1 is getting to the level of like an Apex.
But that's not what I'm talking about as far as like social.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. With Population 1, that's about one of the only games I can point to in the VR platform that's doing that.
I gotcha.
It's kind of like Apex. Oh, Apex Apex. Whatever.
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends. That's it. Yeah. Don't play these games. Sorry. Fortnite, Apex, like those kind of games.
Yeah.
And it's got a large community going on. You can play across platform. It's about to come out on PlayStation as well. Everybody's going to be able to play with each other. They're going to be able to update it moving forward with the PSVR 2. This is like the first for real
tentative
kind of
steps.
Yeah, and then Firewall 0 Hour, which is cool, but it was limited to what the PS4 and PSVR 1 can do.
Okay.
So the next level of that, Trey's been telling me this for a while, if they can snag a like Treyarch and get them to make a Call of Duty game, tailored to VR. If you can get a college football game tailored to VR. If you can get I was gonna say Tiger Woods, but I was like I know so little about
I don't
golf.
think anybody plays. Yeah, are there any actual
there have to be golf
games,
right?
Like,
I mean, I always played like Hot Shots and stuff.
Yeah,
like the fun stuff. You know
exactly.
what I mean? Not the real golf games. Mario Golf.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man. See, we're not going to get Mario VR shit for real. But if we did get Mario VR shit, a Mario Golf game, that would be the kind of stuff that, you get the big licenses, you get names that people know. Have you seen the Mario Kart VR thing that they did?
Oh, the little augmented reality? Yeah.
Well, no, it was a full virtual headset.
Oh, no. I have not seen that.
Dude, it was a full virtual headset, and it was sitting in a Mario Kart, like, car.
Oh.
Okay, so you have the wheel. And
Is this
you also
at Nintendo Land?
Dude, I think it was just a demo that that they made to show off a potential thing, right? And so it might be at Mario Land.
Yeah,
that'd be great to go to.
Nintendo Land.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Pretty much is Mario Land.
Super Mario Land.
Yeah.
But you have hand trackers on your hands.
Okay.
And then so when you're driving the car, if you're there's a turtle shell on a balloon, you grab the turtle shell out of the air and then you throw that shit.
Oh,
so
shit.
It tracks your
That's fun.
It looked great, and then the car actually moves, so it has the feeling of getting thrown around in a cart. Those are the kind of things that are going to make people go, "Oh shit!" Now, I'm not saying that's going to be an at-home thing.
Right.
That's an arcade. That's an arcade event.
That's an arcade thing.
Boy, wouldn't it be great if some arcades come back? But that's just not happening.
Yeah, no, at least not right now.
Well, I mean, they were already fucked.
Yeah,
and then the pandemic pretty much put the nail in the last coffin in the VR situation. So VR. In the arcade situation. Sorry.
Well,
so VR might be the next arcade.
Right. I feel. And two, I don't know how comfortable it might take a few years. I don't know how comfortable people are going to be with sharing headsets.
That's it, man.
Like,
yeah. So doing VR in an arcade situation is probably not going to happen as much for a while.
Yeah.
But having those kind of arcade experiences using VR in your home is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, and that's the core of what I'm getting at is when is this going to be like a PC, be like a DVD player,
and that's
be
what
like
I'm getting at. More like a phone, though. Think about it more like your tablet. Like it's a thing that you have, because I think once
I think a tablet's a better analogy than a phone.
Your tablet, like not your main thing, but the thing that you use for a certain type of media.
I gotcha.
Right? And so once headsets, because I mean, if they make a headset that feels a little bit better, is a little bit lighter and smaller, that you don't sweat up as
and
much.
a little cheaper.
So like a $200 headset, right?
Yeah.
But that you can throw on and play the basic games, maybe not even have to have controllers with it, right? That you can play very basic shit with, that you can watch, a movie, watch your IMAX movies and stuff.
Yeah,
and
there you go. IMAX.
Start
movies.
watching IMAX
would
movies,
be
man.
A thing.
Having Blue Planet in 3D and your
dude,
fucking headset, being
amazing.
able to strap that on and be like,
yeah.
The application for using this for classrooms for children, being able to, I think the HoloLens is probably the best thing for that because of the
absolutely
seeing the classroom. But imagine having a classroom of kids with all with HoloLenses on, being able to see the solar system in the classroom, and the teacher's the one going like, okay, and this is the sun class, and they open it up big. This is the sci-fi shit that we've seen forever in movies, and this is perfectly usable today technology.
In line with what we can do now.
Now this is now stuff.
That's
it's
cool.
And we're on the cusp of having the hardware able to run on small enough batteries, cheap enough at a low power, that these little uncomfortabilities, I would say, get worked out within the next 5 years.
You're saying 5?
I'm saying 5, and then it would be comfortable enough for a regular person that's not into tech all that much to pick it up and go, oh, that was cool.
Yeah. Oh, I get this.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that's the main thing, is just making sure that people get it.
When it's like swim goggles.
Right. Yeah. So you put the headset on and dive into a pool.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Dive directly into your floor and break your hands.
Jeez.
When they're small enough to be like chunky glasses or swim goggles.
Right.
Something that you can put on and then have little earbuds that come out.
Yeah.
Maybe
it doesn't even have to wrap all the way around your head. It's just like, it's literally just glasses with earphones.
If they're light enough to where they'll stay in place, then that'd be fucking great. As long as they can block the light out, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you get my idea.
I get what you're saying.
That's easily achievable in the next 5 years.
Okay.
And that's going to be the barrier to entry for the not that tech savvy consumer, is how easy is this for me to put on, how comfortable is it for me to use, and can I hang out with my friends?
Yeah.
Because imagine how many people are just going to be hanging out with their AR glasses on at some point.
Yeah.
And they're streaming everything that's going on around them to a group of followers while they have a live chat going on, and they're using their eyes to type on a keyboard to talk to these people, and nobody knows what you're really doing.
Yeah.
But because you have this little, I don't think you can see what's being projected from the outside. But they'd need to work on that.
That would be great.
We need privacy.
Yeah.
Make it all like that mirrored, like cop glasses. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. State trooper fucking mirrored.
Yeah,
heads.
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that's it. But if imagine people using that at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
At a whatever.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? It'll get to this point where everybody's comfortable with their small little headset that isn't obtrusive, and they don't have to do much to use.
Right.
And they're going to use it for dumb shit like that.
Okay.
But
I guess I was thinking about it a little differently. But
no, I know, because is it going to encompass gaming? No, it's going to find its nice little space, and the graphics are going to get better and better. And I think eventually what's going to happen is we're going to have games that launch where it's like, yeah, you can play them either way. It wasn't even that hard to develop for VR anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's going to get to that point within the 5 years too, where a lot of games are going to come out with VR support if you feel like it.
I got you.
That's potentially the new model for things, not just games that are built from the ground up, but games that are like, oh, it works in either way really well.
I gotcha. Ooh, but that would mean more and more first person games came out. Yeah.
I mean, third person games work really well.
Yeah, they work really well, but they're not the bread and butter of
VR,
not? I'm sure.
But imagine being able to play Diablo from a bird's eye view in VR. I'd fucking do that.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Being able to look way over there and be like, ooh, I see him. He's way over there. Okay, I got to get over there.
Rip on this dude.
Yeah, or playing like RTSs.
Yeah.
Like that's one that I really, a strategy game, like
Yeah, that might be cool.
Yeah, dude. Some Civilization or some kind of Age of Empires thing.
So many different possibilities.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be first person.
I know it doesn't have to. I just know that that's the bread and butter.
Because people like shooting stuff. Hence all the guns that you hear in the background because I live in the woods.
Yeah, people are popping off over here.
They've been popping it all day. We're pretty sure it's non-violent popping.
Yeah.
I give it about like 90% sure that nobody's been shot today.
But there is that 10%.
You never know, man.
Kind of lingering.
Maybe he just doesn't scream very loud. Or they got him right in the lungs.
And they've just kept shooting him.
He did something real bad.
He's already dead.
You don't even want to know what he did. Yeah.
But anyways, so okay. Well,
thesis. What you think?
I'll agree. I'll concede. You know, you hear that PC gamers? I was wrong.
Your people too.
Your people. I'm your people too.
Scott's a,
I'm a hater.
He is. He hates on the PC Master Race all the time. You try to throw shade.
That's right.
With your Switch over there.
That's right.
Stand on his little Switch, throwing shade at the PC Master Race. Yeah.
You got the best graphics, but I got Mario Kart, so.
Yeah. So let me ask you that. Okay. To wrap this one up.
Okay.
So what do you think about this?
So what do I think about this? I mean, like I said, man, I see what you're saying. I don't know about the whole 5 years thing. You
don't think it happened in 5 years?
Well, I not that the technology won't be there.
Okay.
Not that the price won't be right. It's the acceptance by the mass public.
Yeah.
That's gonna kind of be the tricky part.
Depends on when Apple releases theirs.
So you're saying when Apple hits,
that's what's going to do it. That's really, and it's going to happen within the next 5 years.
Apple and Pokemon.
Apple and Pokemon, dude.
It's kind of the perfect storm.
Apple, Pokemon, and then non-gaming applications.
Yeah.
That's the perfect storm right there.
Yeah.
So what is the single game that would make you go, fuck, I have to buy a VR headset?
The single game.
Yeah, what's the one game, What would do it? What would completely...
See, I don't know because I'm still not that big into VR. There are definitely games. I mean, obviously, Super Hot, Pistol Whip, those tend to be the ones that I like the most.
Well, what I'm getting at, though, is
there an IP?
Is there an IP
that they could bring over?
That would be... So don't think about it as, like, would this be good for VR? What is the IP that, if it was good in VR, would sell you?
I mean, I could go super cash and just be like Metroid Prime.
Fuck, I mean, Metroid Prime in VR is a real good one.
Metroid Prime would kind of sell me, and I know I was all like first person. It's just there are first person games that I like. I just don't like most of them.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. What would be really cool? I mean, it's like maybe like a new top down Zelda. That you kind of had to do, like with the what is it, Astrobot VR? Where you kind of have to like use the VR more as like to survey your surroundings and kind of plan
deal
out,
with puzzles, and
deal
stuff.
with puzzles, and So that would be interesting. I'd be interested in that.
I like this idea. There's been a couple of games where, like, there's this game Ghost Giant where you're playing a little character, but you're also a big character that's watching the little character.
Right.
or Moss. That's one of them that does this.
Mm-hmm.
What if that was that case in a Zelda game? So what if you played one of the 3 spirits, the 3 great spirits?
Yeah, like Den and the other 2.
Right? Din and the other 2. Yeah, you know, Din and the girls.
Din and the girls.
That's
Goddess's Night Out.
Yeah.
They're watching Sex in the City
Yeah,
DVDs.
Din's so Samantha. So what if you were like one of these deities, and maybe you had to switch between the 3 of them, so you'd have different god powers.
Yeah,
but you'd have basically a dungeon or a realm that you control.
You're actively assisting Link.
Link. I think we've thought of a very cool game.
That would be cool.
So take the Zelda out of it, guys, and make a game for us.
About to say, don't use that IP because Nintendo's going to drag their feet on it.
Or drag you through the legal mud.
Right.
Until you hemorrhage all of your cash.
Yeah. See, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
That
Something
sounds
like that.
fucking great, man.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. You would like VR to step outside of the box of first-person shooters.
Yeah. Overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. I know they've already done that in like incremental steps, but again, it does make sense why most games are first person in VR.
Yeah, it does.
I get it. I know why. But I'm just like, maybe VR just hasn't gotten to that that phase yet where they're, because we're just figuring out the technology, just figuring out how to make games work in this realm. You have to understand fundamentals before you can break them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I get it, but yeah, that would probably be what would get me to, is just to have more game styles other than VR and have a significant number of those games be good. You know,
but it's the non-gaming, man. That's what's gonna make it.
It's the non-gaming. That's okay. Well, I get that.
Having VR hands to do surgery with across the planet.
Surgeon simulator.
Well,
I mean, you do have noodly
remote surgeon.
You're talking about actual surgery.
Yes. I know. I'm not even kidding with you, dude. Some of this technology is happening now where they're able to do this kind of stuff with such low latency, especially with do you know about Starlink?
No.
So, okay, this is off topic, but it's very cool. Elon Musk, has been using some of the technology that he's working on with SpaceX and all this, and came up with this idea called Starlink, and it's launching a shit ton of low-orbit satellites. And all these low-orbit satellites are going to be able to provide high-bandwidth, low-latency internet to everyone. Like, middle of Africa, point that shit at a Starlink satellite, you have high speed, you can stream on Twitch.
Huh.
That's the plan.
All right.
That's the
interesting.
plan. Yeah.
Let's see how that unfolds.
So far, it works pretty well.
All right.
Starlink's works right now. They're going to launch more satellites as long as everything goes well. But yeah, Starlink works. Starlink, man.
Starlink.
Yeah, those kind of things are going to make it to where, having a global network that's super low latency that anybody can access without a problem.
Right.
And then having VR that's super low latency because right now in games you still feel a little delay.
There's a little bit.
And a lot of that just has to do with it's a game, so it's trying to make it feel whatever. I don't know. I can't excuse noodly arms. Fuck you. Fuck you, noodly arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another thing that it really needs to fix. That's another thing that it really needs to fix for me is those noodly ass arms.
I think that's a per developer problem though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I got you.
People want you to not be able to move so damn fast, and I don't get it.
Yeah. Get over that shit.
Get over it, man. Come on. I'm quick. Quick maths.
Quit maths.
Yeah, but that's about all I have to say about that one. I think we'll see some really cool stuff here pretty soon.
The future is now.
The $4,000 Apple headset is now. right, everyone. Welcome back to our next segment. We'd like to introduce GambitGeek, our buddy.
Hey guys, GambitGeek here, and
Tell them what you do, man.
So for 15 years I worked at UAB doing research and teaching, and then I got laid off due to COVID, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to open up a video game and hobby store, and so now
Logical progression.
Yeah. So it's Gaming Geeks, and so GambitGeek with Gaming Geeks, and we're gonna have a.
We got G over there.
Yeah,
G
so
over
many
here.
G's.
Yeah,
G's all in the studio.
Good game, right?
Yeah, good game. The tagline is for the channel is GG, good game.
Yeah.
It's guys, gals, and gamers, and then
I like it.
Heck
Gaming
yeah.
Geeks. Yeah.
So many G's. We're G'd up.
Well,
G ain't nothing but a G sign.
So
That's right.
how is it being a G, being an OG?
Being I don't know if I'm an OG.
You're not an OG
I
yet?
gotta work
Yeah.
on that. I gotta do it for a few years.
you gotta
Yeah,
level
cool.
up. He hasn't quite gotten enough
Eventually- so how is
experience
it
yet.
Just being a G.
Just being a G,
Yeah,
not the
how's it?
OG.
Yeah, I'm not yet.
I'm fine with
We'll
just
give you
the G.
Just the G.
Look,
Just
man,
a G,
let me tell you, it ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy being a G.
being a G.
Yeah, I'm, and people can't see, but I'm as pale as you can be.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
That's why I can't ever be the OG. I can't be the original gangster. I'll be the new
Okay.
G,
The NG.
the NG, the new G.
The new G.
Well,
There you go.
Careful using that letter on anything.
We're getting close.
Okay. So again, for 15 years, I did consulting for game stores off and on.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And even helped my buddy with opening one up that he had for like 6
So
years.
you've always kind of been in the entrepreneur area, right? Like,
Oh yeah. Started my first business when I was 12, and always loved doing that. And then when UAB was like, screw y'all because COVID, go away.
How many?
Y'all
Like, what's the percentage wise of people that got laid off for COVID?
in psychology, anyone that essentially wasn't a director, they're just like,
wow. So most is what you mean.
oh yeah, a ton of people. Because they're like, they have a monopoly in that area. So it's just like, you're gone, you'll come back because there's nowhere else for you to work. And then the day that, like, I did all these interviews, and then the day that I find someone that actually gave me like a good interview that was like a good director, my buddy's like, hey, you can use this building right off the interstate for a game store if you want. And I'm like, I can either do this really solid job that I know how to do really, really well, or I can drop all of my savings into this store, and that's what I did.
So how did you get introduced to Red?
Oh, years and years ago.
Okay.
So like whenever, so for y'all that don't know, Red is my buddy that owns a store in my little town, or owned a store in my little town called Joy 6 and D20s, and he has one in Jasper as well.
Which is how I met these two fellas.
Right.
And years ago, our schools joined together.
Which
and
schools?
One of them, Jordan
Oh,
and
gotcha.
Warrior.
Okay.
And my buddy Dustin, he started going there, and he was like the long-haired dude that played guitar.
Cool.
And no one at our school did because we were like the redneck school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I like this guy. I'm gonna hang out with him. And then I met Red, this like just quiet dude who plays guitar and bass and piano, like everything. Yeah,
Nice. I didn't know he played piano.
a little bit of everything. I
Cool.
mean, yeah. So
Multi-instrumentalist.
we started going to.
Savant.
So when I started college, we started going to the different shops and playing in tournaments.
Oh yeah.
And
You mean
Playing
Magic
Magic?
the Gathering.
Magic.
Yeah,
Oh,
Magic
yeah.
the Gathering tournaments. They do box tournaments, and like one of us would always win, and then we'd take the box and we go host our own tournament, and then we would use that to like make extra money, and that like help pay my way through college.
Yeah.
And
wow.
then eventually the shops, when we'd show up, would just give everybody their money back because they're like, we just don't want to play against these guys because they win every week.
You keep throwing up W's, man.
Yeah,
So would you guys have them stuffy dolls going
Them
on?
stuffy doll combo, stuffy doll guilty conscience. What's the other card you
dude.
put on it?
God.
Helm or something.
Assholes.
Yeah. So no, mine was painter, servant, grindstone.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
So what we ended up doing is going to the shops and like, hey, why don't we instead help you organize the tournaments? Because we know all the players. Because I'd write down their phone numbers or contact information, everything for our own.
Right.
So then we started like consulting and getting free swag from them and be like, okay, you give us a box and then like we'll get like 40 people into your tournament. And then we had some this mentor called Pops who had a store in Aniana, which was this like 2,000 square foot amazing store.
Yeah.
And he taught us a lot about how to do everything. So after years of consulting for stores and helping to do tournaments and all that kind of stuff, there's this place for rent in Warrior. Small spot, but UAB was like, on the grant that I was on was about to run down, so I was about to not have a job. So I'm like, let me, just jump in and try to do my own store.
Right.
And I go there, and it's this tiny little spot, and it's like Main Street that's like pretty much abandoned. There's nothing else open. And I walk in like suit and tie, nice car, nice watch on, and
styling,
styling
like a
very, very clean.
Yeah, very clean. It was the Rolex Milgauss too, which has this like bright green dial to it. I'm a big horology fan. So
fancy.
I love that watch. It's a scientist's watch. Okay. It was made when they were like working on like nuclear bombs and technology and all.
It's
that.
the Oppenheimer. Is that what
that's what it is.
And like all that kind of like magnetism and nuclear stuff would like destroy the insides of watches. So
I am
they
become
went to
death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah. They went to Rolex and they're like, hey, we want to make a watch. It won't destroy itself when trying to like make nuclear power plants.
No shit.
Yeah. So they made one because back then, with the technology we had, you had to have a watch, so you wouldn't, destroy a city with. You
should upgrade to the Fukushima model.
Fukushima. Yeah.
There you go.
So I walk in there and he's showing the spot to these two individuals that were like very redneck, teeth missing, like wife beaters on.
So you're like
stains.
I got this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, and he sees me walking. He's like, well, I'm just interested in renting your place. And like, he's talking to these people. They're like, well, what are y'all going to put? We're going to put a tattoo parlor here. And like, he's like, guy in suit, these people. And I was like, I give them their information. It's like, well, if they don't want it, I'll take it. And rent was only $400 a month.
Ooh.
It was like
that
4 or
ain't
5,
bad.
something like that. It was very low.
Yeah.
But it's only like a 700 square foot building in an abandoned Main Street.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what are you going to do? It's like, just a video game store. And so I leave and he calls me. He's like, what do I have to do to get you in this spot?
Oh, man. So the other two guys scared him, kind of
like,
in your direction for the most part.
I was like, well, I thought you were going to like rent to them. And he's like, well, they want to put a tattoo parlor in. I don't think they'd be good to rent. He's like, he's trying to get away from like their white trash are going to destroy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
And he's like, you look presentable, and I'm like, well, thank you.
It was the watch, wasn't it?
It's totally. I'm sure he didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah, right.
Because of the bright green crystal, it probably looked like a children's
shiny.
watch. Yeah. No one ever knows what they are. Like I have the
I wouldn't
80s
fucking know.
gold Rolex, and it looks fake as shit because the gold back then was a different kind of gold. But anyway, so
I want that kick-ass Casio calculator watch from the 80s. That's what I want personally.
No, get the SpongeBob one.
No, dude, even better. Like when I was in middle school, I had a Transformers watch that actually transformed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
yeah,
fucking done.
I think that wins.
So he goes, well, what do I have to do to get you in there? And I'm like, $400 or $500 a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll do that anyway, but I don't want to say that. So I'm like, well, what can you offer me? Because I'm like, I'll do that anyway. That's amazingly low. He's like, well, if you do at least a 6-month lease, I'll do it at $300 a month. Ooh. And I was like, well, can we do like a 5-year lease? Because I'm like, $300 a month's nothing.
Yeah,
you can get that locked in.
Yeah,
man.
and I'm like,
absolutely.
what are the mat fees? Like the fees you got to pay for like maintenance, all that kind of crap. So I'm waiting out there, and he's like, dude, if you get in there like in the next week, I won't do any maintenance fees. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, for real.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, it's like, we will work something out. So, because we wanted to do anything anyway. So I called Red up, and I'm like, hey, dude, like we have the store at $300 a month. I have at least another year till another grant pops up, which is the bad thing about grant work. If you're not a director, when your grant ends, they're just like, screw off. You come back when we tell you to.
Yeah.
So you're always on and off from work. So all of a sudden we have the store that's really cheap, and we set up these white tables and like put our collectibles on the table, and just put like an open sign up. Because it took us like a few weeks to get a sign made and ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People started coming in, like walking in and being like, "Oh, this video game's for sale?" Because it's initially like a hangout clubhouse almost, and we're like,
"Oh, okay."
Sure, yeah, it's for sale. And then, like, we just started getting inventory in.
It's like you fell into it, kind of.
Yeah,
almost.
And then, like, within a year, like, Main Street all of a sudden, because we had one retail place pop up, that we ended up fixing it up, and it looked nice and had a nice sign.
Well, I saw all the shit that started popping up once that was there.
Yeah.
Because that's when the Groovy Grub Hub started.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so all of a sudden, Main Street started flourishing because one place came in and did it.
Was the Mexican place already there?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Yeah.
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 That place was pretty good.
The place was the only place that was there, and they were shutting down.
They were shutting down.
Yeah.
Totally.
So things started popping up. Once you have one high flow retail, everything else comes in. So we opened up, and within a year we went from like maybe $3,000 or $4,000 of starting inventory to in a year over $100,000 of inventory in there, just from trade-ins, like building itself up. Over $100,000 of inventory, 2 company cars purchased, all debts paid off. Like,
dude,
nice.
It was amazing because we kept costs low, did everything right. So like that's the thing in like starting a game store. Like you got to find the right spot. We're gonna have good frontage, and this is right on the main road.
The one you got now, the one out here on
yeah,
right off of 65. That's gonna be fucking perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna do a plug here.
people going all the way to Tennessee, they're going to see it. People going to the beach from Tennessee, they're going to see it.
Yeah. So like we're putting. So we have a sign order. We got to wait till the start of April to get the sign made. But it's like,
are you going to have a sign on both sides of the building?
Yeah. So the front of it's going to have a 20-foot sign that's going to say video games, trading cards, collectibles.
Yeah.
The back of it's going to say buy, sell, play, trade, and the front's going to say Gaming Geeks.
Yeah.
I got you.
Gamer Geeks.
Gamer Geeks.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, get the name
Not
of your
Gaming
store.
Geeks. I forgot the name of my own fucking store.
Hey,
Great.
It's not open yet. It's okay.
It's okay.
Oh,
Gamer
it's okay.
Geeks. I've turned the correct sign
We
information.
were getting a
Gamer
little
Geeks.
tongue tied about that a little bit earlier anyway. So yeah,
Damn it, Geek. No,
it's
Gamer
no.
Geeks.
Blame everything on Philip. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Philip, it's your
it's
fault. that I
all
forgot the name
his.
of my
It's
store.
all his
No,
fault.
It's definitely my fault
So
that you're
just-
clipping
just-
like a motherfucker, Scott.
Just so y'all know, like I was up there till 4 a.m. yesterday working on getting the store finished, and afterwards, the guys wanted to go to the Huddle House. They're my friends that were working, and I'm like, I can't just leave them.
Yeah.
So I had like no sleep in my body in this last month. And I started like a Twitch and YouTube channel up, and I was doing Twitch every night and YouTube at least 3 times a week, posting a video.
Yeah.
And from the day my body's like,
What were you specifically doing on your Twitch channel? Like, I mean, just like Let's Plays, obviously, or
yeah. So like I started out with like this game called Ill Bleed, which is this horny horror game.
So I didn't realize that was a Dreamcast game initially.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
To give y'all an idea of like, so this is a horror game.
Yeah.
And it's just like these guys are on acid when they made it. In one of the levels of the horror game, you get turned into Woody from Toy Story, okay? And you are trying to save your girlfriend, who is a sex doll, a toy sex doll.
Wasn't this a Mad TV sketch?
No, from Sonic the Hedgehog, who is the devil. So what he takes her to hell.
It's Sonic, not Shadow? Sonic?
No, it's Sonic. Okay, they called him Zodak, but like they changed the names.
Zodak the Hedgehog.
Yeah, they changed the names of this horror game, but like this is the last level, and they were just like, we're just gonna just go away from everything else, and the whole rest of the game, we're just gonna throw acid at everybody.
Yeah,
and then. So Sonic the Hedgehog kidnaps your girlfriend, a sex doll, takes her to hell, and so you had to find Buzz and murder a child so you can jump in their coffin, ride to hell, and murder Sonic to save your girlfriend. Yeah, that's the last level of this horror game. The rest of the game is zany as well, but like you're playing this game and it has this cohesion to it of like it's supposed to be like a
so
B
this
horror
isn't
movie.
the rest of the game.
No.
No,
This is the last level.
Just the end.
You play through all these other levels that are like, you know, it's supposed to be like a B horror movie, making fun of other horror games, so you take the seriousness out of it. And then it throws this last level at you, and you're like, what the hell am I playing? You know? So played through that first, and then started jumping on Minecraft, because Minecraft is fun, and it's easy, and, you know, content.
Man, you know, I haven't played any Minecraft. And guess what you can play in VR?
You can play Minecraft.
You can play Minecraft.
Oh my god!
I told you. I told you.
Let's do that.
Oh yeah, but okay, so that's a good topic. So before we got started recording this podcast,
Quick tangent. Let's
just quick tangent for so we let you try out some VR.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
So like, I'm an old school horror fan. Love old school horror. You know, Silent Hill one of my favorite games of all time. I jumped into VR. And, like, I'm super, like, I already fall over myself anyway because I'm not very coordinated. Put me in this, and I feel like I'm going to, like, puke. The zombies don't bother me. I'm just like, okay, gag zombies, stab in the head, whatever. I got to learn how to, like, stab.
Yeah, but VR is really one of those things where you kind of have to get your sea legs for the most part. Yeah.
My head still feels screwed from this.
Yeah.
No,
So at one point, like, I'm not afraid of the zombies, but at one point I'm afraid of heights. I'm terrified of heights. I walk upstairs in the game and I'm like, I'm gonna fall. No. I gotta go back down these stairs. I don't care about the zombies. Stairs. That's what's scaring me.
Man, when I started playing The Climb, so The Climb is just a mountain climbing game. Yeah. You couldn't even look at the screen watching me play, right? Because
I'm like, no, I can't do this. I feel like I'm going to fall.
That's bad.
That's how bad I am with heights.
You ever seen like Mirror's Edge, that parkour game? You know what I'm talking about? So it's like a run on walls, jump on cityscapes kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was playing that with a buddy of mine when it came out.
What was like PS3?
PS3, 360 era. Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm playing that with a friend of mine that had, vertigo problems.
Yeah,
he was sitting there right next to me as I'm playing this game, and he just starts doing the shift, weebling around, and I'm like, man, you okay? And Johnny goes, oh no, man. He put his head between his legs and just sat there. He's like, I feel like I'm on a boat.
Yes, it feels like you're on a boat. When you're playing that VR, it feels like you're on a boat.
Uh-huh.
And again, zombies don't bother me. Go up the stairs. I'm like, no. I feel like I'm going to.
Do you like racing games?
No.
Okay, see, that's the thing. You got to find the thing that you're comfortable with in VR. You might enjoy the cockpit of an X-wing.
I can say I think I'm more like something that is like very relaxing.
So you would like Myst. You would like the puzzle game
because, like,
kind
when
of
I'm playing the game,
aspect. Yeah.
There's two kinds of games I essentially like when I'm like playing. Like I do love the horror.
Yeah.
Like let's get outside of that. Like there's if I'm playing with friends, like playing some Call of Duty, high energy, and we're having a good time, we're laughing. If I'm not playing with friends, it's just something that's like relaxing and chill and get me to like chill down, have a beer, and just settle down.
Yeah, I totally understand. This is the opposite of that.
Yeah, I want it to be like lonely and like this big, expansive, just open, lonely world.
I like that too.
Yeah. Like
absolutely.
Minecraft, one thing like that got me into it was the music, and I'm like,
oh,
so
the music's
relaxing.
so relaxing, dude. Yeah. Did you ever play Fez?
No.
Man, Fez has some of the most
Fez
relaxing fucking music.
say,
you start playing it and you're like, oh, I could just nap right now.
Yeah, I
you
could
just
do
slump
like
down in your seat while you're playing.
One thing I could find that I would like in VR would be just like a gardening game or something. You know, just something just super.
They got simulators.
I really think Minecraft VR might be perfect for you.
I would love that.
Let me. I got a PC headset that I can probably let you borrow. You should at least try some Minecraft. I've never tried it before, so this will be an experience for both of us. Let's do a Minecraft VR in the future thing, okay?
I would love
and
that.
Skyrim. I want to show you that because that's amazing.
No, Skyrim sounds amazing. It's very fast-paced, though.
I don't even like fucking Skyrim, and I love Skyrim VR.
Yeah. That sounds great.
So, back to Geeks and Gamers.
Back to Gaming Geeks.
Gaming Geeks.
Gaming Geeks. Yeah,
we're gonna get it one of these days,
I gotta
guys.
look up
Gaming
real
Geeks.
quick onto my
back to the G's.
Yeah, let's go into my email and get
You mean your Gmail?
Gamer Geeks. That's the name of the store. Gamer Geeks. I can't believe I forgot that. It's the Gamer Geeks because we wanted to do gaming, but there's too many letters. Won't fit on the sign as well.
Right.
So Gamer Geeks.
Oh, gotcha.
That's why I went with the smaller one. That's why I'm thinking Gaming Geeks. I'm like, but no, because gaming sets more than gamer. People will know it better, but it won't fit on the sign as well.
Right.
So you need less letters. Phonetically, it's
few
easier
too
to say
many
gamer.
letters.
Yeah.
But
It's all about the aesthetics.
Well, Gamer
man.
Geeks
It's
has
all
a rhythm.
about the aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's got a rhythm to the words.
Yeah,
Gamer
Geeks.
Yeah.
So the building that we're out of, again, it's 600 feet from I-65. A lot of people will see it, but we got to put up a giant sign on there saying no. It used to be a package store, which then turned into a bingo hall, which is now, for years, people have been on the scout to try to rent it from him because it's so close to the interstate. And he's just like, no, I don't want to deal with this. And
is it mostly because the people he didn't want to deal with?
Yeah, it's not worth the money for him to deal with renting that out.
Yeah.
And so he just kept it as his own little personal store and clubhouse.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I'll let you do this. And I'm like blown away. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's go into it. And he's giving me all this great advice and how to set everything up and do everything. And it's to me the perfect location. So not only are you right off the interstate, you have your own dedicated parking lot.
Yes.
So
you got a lot of parking space.
Yeah, because it's not immediately off the interstate.
No.
It's just kind of in that areas in that.
But
nice
you can still see it.
You can still see it. Yeah, but it's still you're not in a shopping area. You know, a big.
You don't have to worry about
line.
encroaching on other people's parking.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all we got. It's our own space. But then right up the hill is a huddle house. So if you're doing a midnight pre-release of Magic or a long tournament, and you want to get food, you're literally
you might want to tell them to staff an extra person.
Yeah, God, for real.
Hey, we're gonna have a busy night, guys.
We went there last night at 2:30 in the morning. There were only 2 people there working, and one of them, so many people walked in at once, she just left. So the woman locked the door at this 24-hour huddle house and was just cooking and serving at the same time. We all left her huge tips.
Yeah.
Sounds like she handled it, dude.
She's a boss at that point. Yeah,
that's right.
It's going to be miserable for them because when we have 30 people that are gaming and all of a sudden they're like, we all want huddle house.
A bunch of rude-ass gamers walking in there.
Oh, no, I'm going to tell them, y'all better not be rude.
You be fucking nice.
The guy that
These
owns,
are my people, okay?
Yeah, the guy that owns the huddle house also owns the building that we're out of. So, I'm like, y'all
gotcha.
better be nice.
Yeah.
And he also owns the gun store and the flea mall and the
you know
package
what?
store.
Hey, dude,
and,
you should have a fucking sign
Yeah.
in your store that says, tip the people at Huddle House.
Yeah, for real.
very well. You're like,
Be nice to them.
These people.
But one thing that makes us perfect for a gaming store, not only do we have our own parking, not only is there a food store less than a block away, you can just in 10 seconds you're there at the Huddle House.
Yeah.
Because it used to be a package store, our back storeroom is an old cooler.
That keeps your consoles fresh.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Fresh
maintained for
Super Nintendos.
The temperature. In
Yeah,
there
it
is
didn't
great.
have like a weird smell in
Yeah.
a cooler
No.
or anything.
Yeah, no,
That's
no.
what I was surprised with. Most coolers have a funk.
Well,
you
no,
know?
I cleaned it. I went in there before we put anything in
Good
there.
job then, man. Did it
Yeah.
have a funk?
I nuked myself with like bleach in a tiny little cooler, just like scrape.
Did you use your special nuke watch when you did?
No. Didn't use the nuke watch. So, like our storage area is an old cooler, which is fantastic and great. And then
like
because it was then hooked up for a bingo hall at one point, it's like there's plugins everywhere on the wall.
Dude,
so
yeah.
video game
Right.
tournaments, and it's rated to be able to hold huge wattage.
Heck yeah.
So we can have so many systems cooked
So
up at
what
once.
kind of tournaments are you talking about? I mean, obviously you guys are a D&D Magic focused on one side of things. I know you guys do all that. I know
Video games focused on the other side.
So what kind of games are you talking about tournaments? Are you talking about Rocket League? Are you talking about fighting games? Are you
So
talking about Smash Brothers? What's up?
It'll be essentially what the community wants. But now we do have a connection. Back when we did some work with this store called Top Games.
Yeah, I was about to ask you if you know Top
Yeah.
Games. I know damn it, what's his name? Big dude. Isaac. Yeah.
So I want to connect back with Isaac. Things didn't
I
end
like
well with
Isaac.
Top Games
Cool
back
guy.
in the day, and I hated it. We were young. We went into business, and we didn't know what we were doing when we were working together with the old owner, who was like at the time was my best friend back in the day. But business tore people apart. That's why I went into things with Red. We had
Man,
contracts.
I'm telling you.
Always have when you're going into business like that with friends and family. Always have contracts.
No, man, you're right. You're right.
Um,
Keeps everybody safe.
Yeah, have weekly meetings.
Hey, get
go over
prenups
things.
too. Ha.
Yeah, communicate. So, but Isaac does amazing tournaments, and I want to reach out.
Well,
to him
he's
because
part of the FGC community. He does all the fighting game stuff.
that's what I want down there.
Absolutely.
So, like, I loved his tournaments and the energy he brought. And he's
absolutely,
so nice.
man.
Mm-hmm. So I would love to connect back with him and be like, look, man, I'm sorry with the way things ended in the past. Like, we were young, we were dumb, and like money and business and all. And it's be like, if you want to come down here, this store is open to you, and it could hold like 70 people.
They could use that as their tournament spot for fighting games.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
I know I would love to do that. I just got to reach back out to him and just be like, hey, this is a spot, perfect spot.
I'm super into fighters. I don't play them as much as I used to, but I'll still whoop up on that ass if you need to.
Yeah.
But if you need some help organizing some of that stuff with Isaac, man, I'd love to help.
Yeah,
help
if
do
you
the
know
fighting game
Isaac,
stuff.
yeah, talk to him.
I don't know that he remembers me, but I've talked to him a bunch of times.
No, definitely, because like I don't think that like I can approach Isaac directly after the way like I don't know what he thinks of me after
how
Top
about
Games.
you know what? I could just walk in there and have a dumb customer conversation. Hey, they're opening this game store up where I live. You want to?
No, you don't have to do that. I mean, you can just because like at one point Red thought Isaac bought Top Games, so he reached back out to him. Was like, dude, I'm sorry for the way things ended, and like I hope the best for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do hope the best for Isaac and
Totally.
for Andy. Like we were young and dumb, and it's like when we went to working with Top Games, I was like, you need to do more than video games. You need to do Magic the Gathering, D&D. These stores always only do one thing, which from a business standpoint is
dumb, man. Dumb.
Yeah, you have to diversify your
about
content.
to say, we're shrinking your audience at that point. Yeah.
People that do those kind of stores only want to do what they're into. And I'm like, look, if you're going to serve your customers, hit everything. If you're doing like my buddy I'm renting from, he has thermalhunting.com, doing a little plug there for my boss.
Thermalhunting.com.
Well, it was really funny when we drove up last night because we went to see you at the store. It had the thermal hunting sign on there. I was like, that's a weird name for a game store.
Thermal hunting, not gamer geeks. So he does thermals, but he also does like the duck calls and the coyote calls and accessories because he's like, look, people that are coming in to get thermals, he's like, they also want these other things. You always do that in business. If you're doing video games, you're going to bring in nerds that do D&D, that do Magic.
Totally.
And if you have a spot in your store dedicated to that, you will diversify your content. You'll make more money.
To the collectibles, to the minifigs.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So because we have 2,200 square feet, I think, in our spot, we can have room easily for 50 people to sit down and game at once. But then also have, because that's like 1,000 square feet.
Oh, yeah.
And so we can have 1,000 square feet of product.
You can have a proper tournament there.
Yeah, a proper tournament.
Yeah.
And then like you have plenty of parking, plenty of food, like all these great options.
I think that might be a good idea too. At some point, line out your parking lot.
Yeah, once he starts having people show up to this, he says he wants to like not gravel, like asphalt it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And do that.
Actually pave it.
Yeah. It's just like he's been offered $5,000 and $6,000 a month for that spot, and what he's offering me, it's not nearly that. So I feel bad because I know he's losing a lot of potential money.
It's good having friends, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Nice having friends.
Yeah. No. When I got laid off from the university, I was like, man, I'm screwed. I'll have to like take some crappy job. He's like, man, I'll like ensure that you have work.
Yeah.
So he'd be like, hey, I want you to call in, 50 background checks, and he taught me how to do that. And like,
Oh, nice.
yeah, little things like that, or like, hey, come work in the package store. And
yeah.
I brought in my
Yeah.
business knowledge, which has helped him to make money too.
Yeah, totally.
That's good.
So like one thing I did, like when his best friend passed away, who was in a bunch of business with him, he got depressed. He's like, dude, can we just go on a vacation, go to Kentucky? And we did. Yeah. And as we're talking, I love talking business.
Yeah,
And some
yeah.
people get tired of hearing me talk about that crap. But I was like, hey, how can we make your package store better? He's like, I don't know. I was like, well, let's hit up like every major package store from the Tennessee line up to Kentucky, like, and just take notes.
Yeah.
And talk to the owners. And we did. And one thing we found out is like, what made them expand more is carrying in the rare booze.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
always do like
Yeah.
the common like stuff like let's sell pints. So I was like, okay, and then let's push your
Well,
distributors to get
everybody-
rare stuff.
So
Yeah,
when you say rare,
everybody's-
what do you mean?
Like, okay, so if you're doing bourbon's in a boom right now.
Like getting some of that Japanese bourbon or some
No,
shit
no, no,
like
no,
that.
no.
or-
So things like Blanton's. Oh my God, he gets
oh
literally.
yeah, Blanton's. People love that
Yeah,
shit. Don't they?
100 phone, not exaggerating, 100 phone calls a day from the store. You got any Blanton's? You got any Pappy? And people don't realize how rare that is. Like especially in Alabama.
Yeah.
So then we started paying attention to these other stores that do raffles because you get so few of that rare product. You want to reward your best paying customers.
Wow,
Yeah.
man, I guess I didn't realize it was like that.
You didn't realize the rabbit hole went this
Yeah.
deep? Yeah.
So I started
People are
organizing a
serious, aren't
raffle
they?
for him to where it's like, okay, we are going to have it to where I'm going to write down any customer that spends over $200 a month, put their information into Excel spreadsheet, and then we're going to, do a random drawing, and then we're going to, instead of putting that stuff on the shelf and like the scalpers coming to get it, we're going to save it for the people that spend the most money. And then since that, he's seen like sales double.
Oh yeah.
In his store because of them coming in and being like, oh, I have a chance to be in the raffle. I can actually be rewarded versus the scalper.
So how much is a bottle of that? The Blanton's.
Blanton's? I mean, like if you're going to other states, like in Alabama, the package stores have to pay the same amount as the customers do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which stinks. So they're paying $65.
No, the
a
liquor
bottle.
board fucks you in Alabama.
Yeah, they're paying $65. So most stores in Alabama they mark it up to $100.
Fuck yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, large stores are lucky to get a bottle a
Man.
month. So I'm like, instead of doing that, like still sell it at like $70. You're only making like $5 a bottle,
Yeah.
but keep it for your raffle.
Yeah.
So then those guys are coming in and like, I want to spend every dime I spend on liquor at Wayne's because, I can be in the raffle. And they feel rewarded. Even if they didn't get invited to the raffle, they still felt as though like they cared.
I got a ticket to spend $100. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Well, no, when we did the raffle, like we did an A, B, and C table. So like the A table was like your really rare stuff.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
made sure we had enough bottles for like essentially that's how many people we invited was how many rare bottles we had for the A table. The B
Is
table.
Cristal one of these things?
No.
I didn't
No.
think so.
No,
I figured
man,
that's
come
pretty.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cristal is like champagne.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
no,
sure,
this is
but I
bourbon.
mean, it's fucking expensive.
No,
That's all
people-
I'm saying.
The
though.
bourbon guys don't care about that. The
Oh,
bourbon
well,
guys.
I know
when
the
they walk
bourbon
in.
guys don't, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, is that part of the rare liquor stuff that people will go out of their way to get? Or do you just have to be in the right location to sell
Anyone
a bunch
can
of Cristal?
Anybody.
So
can
that's
get
a
Cristal.
that's an easy one. That's
But, okay,
not
so
a
like
yeah.
when you're hunting for bourbon,
Yeah.
because like I was a big collector before I got laid off.
Okay.
And like
Yeah, see,
I would
we're
go
cheap.
hunt.
We're cheap.
Yeah.
We drink like Jameson.
Jameson.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So,
that's probably
like,
about as fancy as I
That's
get.
about it.
If you're going for cognac
Yeah.
or tequila or like any of those, you can
Yeah.
get as much as you want. There's not a boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you can get the rarest of tequilas if you want, the rarest of the brandies or the cognacs if you want, and readily order it. Same with
Yeah.
Scotch. If we want to order a $20,000 Dalmore, we can go from
wow.
the state and get it.
Yeah.
But we can't get a $3,000 Pappy.
fuck?
Yeah, because bourbon's in a boom. It's so desirable.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can't sell the $20,000 Scotch, so it's just like we'll make you a deal on it, put it on sale.
That's
So-
wow. Cool.
Yeah. So the bourbon's in a boom, but
Yeah.
that means like if you can get those customers in by incentivizing them.
Absolutely.
So like that's one thing I use my business knowledge to help build up that part of his business from. So, he's
what-
profited from bringing me
what
in.
kind of incentives are you looking at for the gamer business? What are you thinking of?
Well,
What
to
you
get,
thinking of?
get more customers.
Yeah, because I mean, I see what you're getting at. I see what you're getting at there. But
Rewarding
you're-
them.
'cause,
Well,
you're
we're gonna
already
have plenty
talking
of
about
space to play,
being
and
able to
clean
get
bathrooms.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
That's
okay.
one thing,
Like get
right?
Pokemon,
You-
like
no, you
can't
actual
get Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
actual
yeah.
Pokemon.
I got
Like
one.
actual Pokemon.
Like we're
Like a
gonna get a
Squirtle?
plastic surgeon and a squirrel, and we're gonna.
This guy, dark guys.
Where can
This
I-
guy-
So,
Hold on. Where can I get my Haunter?
Haunter.
where do I apply for my Haunter?
so you got to get a little kid and okay.
yeah.
It's like are
Ooh.
Pokemon
Hold
ghosts
on.
like dead children or something? Like
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think it's in the lore.
Is that
like,
right?
Where
They're
that
all
like
dead
weird
kids?
tower.
Lavender Town makes you
Yeah.
kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon Go, you know, you know, Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
It's the Pokemon soccer game we never got.
Yeah, exactly. But you know how they had like just a bunch of Pokemon right there around Children's Hospital down there in Birmingham. Yeah, and like around all the hospitals. It was real. Like I used to drive by that every day for work, and there would just be people just right outside.
Okay,
outside on the sidewalk. It's like, man,
No
those Pokemon are for kids, man.
No crap. The best month of my life was when Pokemon Go came out, and every night we could go out there. It was the summer, so it was warm, and just like take over gyms. Like, it was, it was so good. The world,
crushing gyms.
Yeah, the world was such a good place at the time.
No, so what I was saying is you have the ability to get Pokemon cards.
Okay,
Sorry, I
so
didn't.
Pokemon's going through a major scalping right now. Same thing as bourbon. So the scalpers are terrible. So one thing that they're
Segways, guy.
yeah, to be able to get a distributorship right now. So let's talk about opening a store and what you have to go through.
Yeah.
To get distributors, because of scalpers, because these products are so valuable, they want to see inside of your store that it's clean, perfect. It's actually brick and mortar, because these online people will literally put a sign above a store, write up a fake lease just to get Pokemon cards.
Which, by the way, I'm just saying this again. I know your store's not finished. Looks fucking awesome.
I know.
Yeah, it looks great.
Looks so much. $25,000 dumped into it so far.
Dude.
So better. It's scary at this point. I spent years saving money up. And I'm
Now
like,
you're going, oh, this is hurting. This is hurting. Hemorrhaging money.
Yeah. So what they told me, they're like, look, we have to see a sign outside, because if we're willing to hang a sign outside, and we have to see your lease.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we have to see pictures inside. We have to see a video walkthrough, like all this crazy stuff. And I told our distributors, like, look, our sign people are going to be gone until the end of the month. We won't have a sign until the start of April. Like, but I can show you the lease. I can show you all the paperwork. I've spent thousands of dollars on paying people to like get things set up.
It's legit.
It's legit. And like, we have like a 12-foot slat wall with product, ready to be put on it. Like, I need to get stuff now. One thing that impressed them the most was the bathroom. So I'm like, I'm gonna have.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a clean.
He
bathroom.
has two of them. He has a ladies' bathroom in a gaming store. What's up, guys?
That's
Actually
rare.
no.
It's just two bathrooms.
Okay,
It's really just
two bathrooms. Actually, and one of them's gonna be a private bathroom, because my landlord that has a little thermal store on the other side. I want to make sure he has his own pooping palace, so he doesn't go into a gross bathroom. So what we did in the bathroom.
Is that where you put the porn up?
Yeah,
on the walls?
all over. No, on his side there is like old Budweiser posters.
See,
of, like,
really?
What I
girls
tell
on
you?
motorcycles.
What I tell you?
Everywhere.
When you work in a shop, you got to have the shop girls.
And when you go back into the R closet,
The R
say the full word. The R closet, all over there is old, like from like the 80s posters of like half naked girls holding Budweisers. 'Cause
dude.
that's how they used to send swag back then to the package
dude.
stores.
Right.
Yeah, like boobies and beer.
Don't we miss the old days?
Yeah. So anyway, so he was like, "Look, man, it's like we're gonna do this bathroom right," because he's giving me advice. He's a great businessman, and we retiled the floor, because the tile was this old like package store tile. It was grody, which in itself he already had the tile. He provided that, but paying the tilers was $400, and then I had to hand scrape that tile up.
Oh
for 14 hours.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you have a little scrape, millimeter at a time.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've done it.
Yeah. And then new toilets, and instead of painting the walls, I was gonna paint the walls. Put FRP board.
Dude,
up.
that shit's perfect.
Yeah.
That's that
'Cause
backsplash
he's
board
like-
right there.
Yeah, when men pee and miss, you don't have to like have it soak into wood. He's like, you have the FRP board, you can wipe it down. I'm like, that's a great idea.
Because most people don't have home draining.
Yeah, that stuff's like $40 a sheet. Okay, so I have $400 into the tile. We got the fixtures. We got the FRP board up. This is another like $400, and paying people to put it in. Our bathroom is like $2,000, guys. Okay,
Hey, man.
Alone.
yeah. We put new lights in and everything.
I mean,
so
come to the
like,
store just to see the bathroom.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
but that's so our guys were like two of our distributors. One of them hasn't approved us yet. They said we still need more progress.
Oh,
but two of them
yeah,
were like,
yeah.
we cannot approve you without a sign, because we want to see a sign above it. And I showed them the bathroom, and they're like, yes.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The bathroom got you?
Yeah, like we don't care about the 12-foot slat wall. When I did like a video walkthrough, I was like, and look, we put the new tile in, the FRP board, all this, so it'll be clean. And they were just like, you have a clean bathroom in a game store. Like, we're gonna approve you. You obviously care. You're not scalping Pokemon cards.
You're already doing better than most gas stations, most restaurants.
Yeah, for real.
And we have like nice LED lights, so all of it's just like nice and
totally.
bright.
And that again will keep cost low. It's a little bit of an initial investment, but dude, those things fucking last for 5-10 years.
Well, it's
Depending.
also bright and happy. Like, you don't want a
It's
game
bright
store
and
that's like
happy,
looks
absolutely.
depressing.
Absolutely not.
We have 3 industrial strength air conditioners on the back, because again, it used to be a bingo hall with all those
yeah,
computers
I
running.
did notice that.
Yeah,
Got the big
so,
ones.
Yeah, so it'll get nice and chilly. And so you have the space, and you walk in. It's nice and bright and happy. You're gonna have a room for 50 people gaming in the back, a nice clean bathroom. But all that took like a lot of money, and having a lot of friends that know how to make things that are willing to provide the work has been great. It's helped keep costs down. But even then, if we take out the 15 grand about that I've spent in inventory, not also including the inventory from Red that he just gave me, he's like, I'll take a percentage of the sales.
Wow.
Yeah, nice. We're still looking at $10,000 just in fix-up costs so far. But it's to get the store right, and it's like I've saved all this money forever, and I've never spent it on like anything.
This is the thing to spend it on, really.
Yeah, it's the whole thing of like first impressions mean a lot. So I mean, if you can get it right from the get-go, it's only up from there. You know,
exactly. So when they walk in, the first thing you're going to see is I'm going to have in the very back a big screen TV up, and I'm going to have like anime playing constantly. Or
nice.
They'll see that, they'll hear that instead of walking to the game store, and it's just like dead silence.
Yeah,
which is always like you go in there and like if people aren't playing, it's just like creepy, and you have this guy behind the counter who's just like, hey, hello.
We might want to set you up a media player that just has a shit ton of video game soundtracks on it that's constantly running.
There you go.
Awesome.
I'll do that. Yeah. Gotcha.
So to have some sort of like friendly noise in the background. Yeah, ambiance, exactly. That's another thing. Like my
you put a bunch of like Metroid Prime tracks on there.
Yeah,
it's atmosphere.
Yeah. Like my buddy that owns the package store, he's like he always has music playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So which there's only so many times that you can hear. What's that new country song where the girl's talking about like the wine bottle and like it's there's already empty.
I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot.
No idea.
Okay, anyway, like they play that constantly over the country music in there. So when I'm sitting there working in the package store, I just have to hear the same country song over and over and over again. But it is the ambiance, and it does increase sales. Yeah. He even put into his air conditioning units things that make it have a certain smell, very subtle. Yeah. So that way when people are walking through, they want to spend more money. Like, this dude reads up on that kind of stuff. It's amazing.
That's some shit. Yeah. Make it smell nice. Does it smell like cookies or something? Or what does it smell like?
No, it's just the most subtle kind of almost leathery smell.
It's the smell of products. That's that buy stuff smell.
Yeah, buy stuff smell. Yeah. So and also another thing that I put right by our bathroom, I put a Glade plug-in, Cashmere Woods is what it's called.
Oh, Cashmere Woods.
Cashmere Woods.
There you go.
So when you go to the bathroom, you're hit with that nice smell before you smell the poo smell from the gamers that are gonna come there and eat Huddle House at 2 a.m. from playing and then come and wreck my bathroom.
Hey man, they make these little cans, right? They have a bunch of mentholated rocks in them. You set that shit in a room, and it smells like fucking the strongest Vicks possible. It kills any goddamn smell in the world. If you want to kill those gamer poops, you just put a little can in there.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much. Because you got to think, we have room for 50 people to game, and then a Huddle House, like, right up the road.
Man,
like
I'm telling you, it's going to get sweaty and stinky in there sometimes.
And Huddle House has chili.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Come back with the chili farts.
Gamer chili farts, man.
Gamer chili farts. It's going to be just the best in the world. Now, I'm looking forward to it because for like
man.
Oh, it sounds awesome.
Taking like a step back, when I was like way younger, and I was this really awkward kid. I went to Top Games back in the day, this little store in Gardendale, and this guy ran it called Joey Moe. The owner was this Asian dude named Tom, but Joey Moe ran it, and he had this bright mohawk that changed colors every week. And I would sit there, and like after school, I'd sit down and I would game and play Silent Hill most of the time.
Cool.
And I'd always ask Joey questions because like he would actually listen to me. And then one time I annoyed Joey too much, and he went off on me. And like, and this turn's good. It's like it's a good ending. And he's just like, you talk too much. Leave me alone. Blah blah blah. And like went off. And then like afterwards, like he apologized. Like, look, man, just I'm sorry that I went off on you. Like you're a little much sometimes. And he like had a talk with me. He's like, this is how you need to learn to interact with people a little bit better. Be a little bit less intense. Stop talking. Stop acting. And like taught me how to socially act. And to me, that was incredibly important because me being very like Aspie, anybody like Asperger's, I'm very much on that spectrum.
We have a lot of friends.
Yeah. We know what you mean.
Not knowing how to act in certain social situations.
Totally. Yeah.
So like I was having to go in and ask my buddy that owns the thermal store the other day like some questions, and he was trying to close like a $20,000 deal, and I kept walking and asking questions. And later on, I had to call me like, dude, when I'm with like a client, just stay out of the way. I'm like, sorry, man, the Asperger's. I don't know. I just knew I had to like do things. So I'm wanting to ask you questions.
Right.
I didn't know like don't walk in there. So anyway, that store is very important to me because he taught me a lot of social things. Yeah. And to me, like where some people are like, oh, I don't want the Aspie customers. I'm like, bring them on. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, because it's a place where it's more than just a game store. Like you're getting to teach those kids, like, hey, wear some deodorant.
I think,
like,
dude.
It's also it's just like it's more of a less of a game or not just a game store. It's also like part of the community as well.
Totally.
It's like
It is.
bringing people in.
So have you worked much in retail other than this?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've really
been
only had
retail
a
all the time.
small amount of experience in retail. I worked at Radio Shack for a while they were still open, and I liked the Aspie customers. Those are the ones I wanted to deal with, which sucked for me being in retail because I was supposed to sell cell phones, and I'm not good at fucking selling cell phones. But someone would come in and want to talk about capacitors, or they'd be like, "Hey, I need a double pole, double throw switch. Can you?" And I'd talk to them about the project, and I'd sell them that 70-cent part, and be like, "Yay! Hey, you didn't make any sales today." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I talked to that guy.
Yeah.
I made one cell,
and that mattered." Okay,
I'm the Aspie whisperer. You know,
man.
like
the Aspie whisperer. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
So because I'm very Aspie, so I like dealing with.
It means
with
you
that.
got the sign on you that says, "I will listen to the
Yes,
shit that
I
comes
will
out of your
listen to
mouth."
Because I'm the same person. I'll just yep.
Yeah, man. I don't mind.
I don't know when
mind.
to shut up.
I don't feel like that kind of stuff annoys me. You know what I mean? I have a lot of patience. Well, I mean,
Well, I'm very passionate. So like if someone else is passionate,
you feel the passion. You're like, good.
It energizes me. Like I love that.
And Red likes taking his whack-a-mole hammer out and going, "Fuck your passion."
Red's
Fuck
like,
your passion.
He's like, leave me alone. Stop talking. Just buy your stuff and get out. Which is very much the way like things kind of were at Top Games. We had to like talk to them. Like, look, dude, you have to be willing to open up and talk to these people because like. Especially the younger kids, they look up to that store owner, and that store owner runs them away. It destroys them.
Yeah.
But if you accept them, it's huge. So like, and also like when we learned from Pops, the guy that ran the Aniana store, which was like the best store I've ever
So
been
that
in.
was again a multi-game store kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't do video games, but he did like
Tabletop
everything else,
and all that other
non-electronic.
stuff.
I mean, board games, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Awesome. Yeah.
He got back. This is when the first Zendikar Magic came out. I think it was like 2000 something, early 2000s. He got approved for a pro qualifier tournament, which stores don't get. And this is before Star City, and before Star City having these giant tournaments. 500 people show up to this tiny store in Aniana.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he got approved. That's how good his store was. So he would keep deodorant in the bathrooms.
Oh yeah,
I'm not joking. Like you, okay, this sounds sarcastic, but he would. And if a kid came in that was smelly, he would, he would pull him aside. He's like, "Hey, Timmy, can I come talk to you?" And he'd be like, "Timmy, I know you're getting to that age and puberty and all." He's like, "Just want you to know you have some body odor, and before you come in, you need to shower, and we have some deodorant in the bathroom. We'll always have it there available for you."
yeah.
And just like was really kind and gentle.
That's kind of amazing.
That's great.
But he was so kind and gentle about it. Yeah, the kid would be a little embarrassed, but he would do it like away from everybody.
Wow.
And then like
man,
teach the kid like this is how you put on deodorant, and like then the kid wouldn't be stinky at school, and they come back later like, "Oh my God, people want to be around me. I don't smell," and like would teach them how to act, and they make friends.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Pops taught us
Go
about
Pops.
that. Yeah. And Pops is this like old dude, he like looked like Santa Claus but covered in tattoos.
Cool.
Oh,
Big,
nice.
huge beard, the big belly.
Biker Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Nice.
super just like exuberant, happy, laughing, jolly guy.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
he shut his store down because Aniana ran him out of town. He was making money, tons of money. But like the people, like the old people that like had stores on that main strip.
So it's kind of similar to what happened in Warrior, right?
Yeah.
The
And he was
old
like, if
money
the-
runs
yeah.
you out.
He's like, if the town doesn't want me here, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
He says later he wished he would have fought it out because of like what it meant in the community, but it jaded him so much the way they started acting.
I mean, yeah.
But like he was getting like 500 people a weekend to come down there and play these big tournaments. He's like, you would think the shops on that stretch want people there,
But
now
they're
if
not
you-
their kind of customers or what the fuck
Yeah,
ever.
they just don't want kids
something.
down there.
Yeah.
Those kids.
What they don't understand is geeks dump their goddamn money
Yeah.
into the things they're passionate
Absolutely.
about.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you just give them a little bit of room to have their thing, then they love you and
yeah.
dump their money
Yeah,
into it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we learned from that, and we started doing consulting for the stores,
Yeah.
and then we did joysticks, and then Red wanted it to be all his. So he's like, "What do I have to do to make this all mine?" I said, "We'll just pay back my initial investment. I put $15,000 into it initially, and then give me $5,000 as like a return."
Yeah.
Bought my shares out, and then he just did things totally his way. And now this is my chance to do it totally my way. And he's kind of paying me back and being like, "Here's my old inventory from my Warrior store, so you have inventory to start out. So just give me 45%.
Now I see what the dynamic of the situation was. See, I wasn't exactly sure how all this was going.
yeah.
And I don't want to be,
and
prying.
he's still making money off of it.
Yeah,
But if
absolutely.
he's buying it for 20%, 30%, he's not making a lot off.
But he
the
also
products.
has way less in it to lose at this point.
Yeah. You know.
So
and there's things in there that I'll carry. Like I don't know anything about iPhones or computers, but I'll be glad to take them in trade-ins.
Yeah.
I also opened up at the flea mall across the street a little booth for him, and put like his DVDs in there because I'm not going to carry DVDs, but I'll buy DVDs if they come in just to put in his booth.
Right.
So there's things that'll still come in that I normally wouldn't carry that I'll get for him. So, you know, we're working off each other, and Red has his skills. He's not as much of a people person, but he's great with electronics.
Absolutely.
Great with, planning things out. And me, I'm the people person. You know, I'll go to the conventions, and I love...
It sounds like you guys are the two halves of the brain, man.
Good dynamic,
you know?
but he's going through a lot right now. I want him to be, like, happy and exuberant again, and I haven't seen that Red in a long time, so...
You got to get him motivated, man. That's the thing.
It's so hard.
It's hard to get your friends motivated. I understand.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
like you've got
super-
the same soul that I do in it, where you're like, I just want my friends to come up with me. I just want to... Yeah.
Like, I want it to be the place where, like, if I can have my YouTube channel there and, like, be doing that while I'm sitting there and working on other
Which
things.
potentially, the next time we talk to Michael, will be at his store.
Yeah, hopefully. No, my goal is because, like, all we have left to do is we got to get the carpet in. We have to get the top wall trim in and put a door on, and then one wall painted. And the painters are coming tonight. And the guy's coming to put the wall trim up tonight. Like, all we'll have left to do, if everything goes well tonight, it's like, well, I get my phone here checking in case they message me, like, let's go paint.
Yeah.
What time are we getting to be, by the way?
It's 2 o'clock.
2:11.
So is just to put the carpet in, and we can open before the carpet.
Oh, okay.
We also got to drop the 4 lines in the back
nobody's
for
going to give a shit about that carpet missing, man. Nobody's going to care.
No, they won't.
So I know you were talking to Philip about like doing like maybe a soft open before a grand opening. What did you have planned going into that?
Okay, so at least 1 week of having the signs up for a soft open, so I can gauge response. And so most likely we'll have our sign up by the first week of April. So that means first week of April, hit April 7th, soft week next Friday. Middle of April, grand opening. Have a band there. Here we have an awesome band ready to come and play.
I wonder
I'm
going to
do the
be.
one-man band thing, but we're going to be a band.
Hey, man.
My goal is like
I'm going to put on a damn
there.
show. That's what's up.
That's right.
I want to have like food there for everybody, and then the band. And my goal is to, because I want Red there, is to get Red at one point to get up and play.
Man, dude, if I could...
Yeah.
See, I've been wanting to motivate him to do that, but I feel like every time I talk about anything, he's just like, "Well, your guitar sucks, and your computer sucks." I'm like,
I don't
come
like
on,
this
man.
He's so afraid of failure that he doesn't realize like how talented he is.
Yeah, see, I love failure personally.
Yes, because like you don't. I always overshoot.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Me and Scott used to be in an improvisational band.
Oh, nice.
that had no clue what we were doing.
Big giant air quotes. Improvisation.
We basically got up on stage and fucked around and made bad noises in front of people, and mostly failed every night, and it was so goddamn fun.
It was a good time.
So to me, like whenever I go out there and like run, for instance, like I always set a goal I will never make.
Oh yeah,
you know. But it's like I love the Elon Musk philosophy. He's like, of course we weren't actually ever going to have 1 million cyber taxis out by the year 2020. But if I set that goal, I'll end up accomplishing more than if I set a realistic goal. So he's like, by doing that, I accomplish more than if I set a feel good goal. But he's like, then I see progress, and to me, that's all I care about.
Okay.
Like, I see progress.
I don't know. My mind works that same way. I think I totally get that concept.
Yeah.
Shoot for the long one and be okay with what you get. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
but I think I like the incremental goals because I feel like I talk to too many people that have long shot goals that are so unrealistic.
That for most people, you are right. So
you got to rein them in. You know.
When I worked at UAB doing treatment for individuals, we did a type of therapy called therapeutic goal management. And we had set a long-term goal, something big for them to accomplish within like a month.
Yeah.
And then these short-term goals every week to bump up to it.
Yeah.
So that's how most people's brains work. But for someone that's like manic and passionate like me, I'm like, I want to have this huge goal, and as long as I see this progress.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'll never accomplish this gigantic thing. Like, I'm not going to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I have 22 subscribers right now. And the other day when I was driving down the road, some little kid texted me. He's like, I saw your GambitGeek thing on the back of your truck, and I subscribed to you.
Nice.
I love your videos. My boy watches them, too, and he loves them. And there's only, like, 10 videos out there right now. And I was like, oh, awesome. I have 22.
That makes it worth it right there, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
always like the just real quick as far as like setting goals, always like the Mel Brooks approach, you know, the whole build a bunch of pillars and then start taking a sledgehammer to each of them and see which ones fall over.
Yeah,
that's it, man.
That's kind of how I.
That also sounds like the Gallagher approach. Smash a bunch of fruit.
No, yeah.
So no, I'm about to piss on myself. I think that might be a good sign to call this one. What do you think?
I think that's good. I think we've been going for probably an hour now.
Just about.
Let's see.
We got 49 minutes on the clock.
That's
The
pretty
thing is,
good.
like, I could talk for hours.
Oh, trust
about
me,
this
we could
stuff,
too.
So let's-
Absolutely.
We'd like to have you back on. This was pretty fun.
It was a good
Yeah,
time.
it was. So, like, next time, let's talk about all the steps you need to do to open up a game store.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so if someone wants to do it, this is how you can do it, even if you only have a little bit of money.
Within the next month, we will have you back on. We'll talk about the progress of the store. We'll give everybody an update on everything.
That's right. And is there anything that you'd like to plug before we sign off?
Yeah, I mean, if y'all live anywhere near, like, Warrior, Birmingham, Coleman, Huntsville, in the next month on 8037 Rouse Road, we're going to have a 2,000 square foot gaming store opened up. And also, go on YouTube and look up GambitGeek, one word, GambitGeek, and go and follow, like, and subscribe. Don't have a lot of content yet because this game store, like a month into me doing content, which was a lot for the month I was in there, started, but I'm about to jump back onto it and be at a game store every day. Tons of content. So please go like and subscribe so I can feel better about myself.
That's what we're all in it for.
You'll get to see him really soon with our first couple of episodes of Very Reality that's launching here.
Yes, where I feel like I'm going to puke, and then feel like. And before we did that, I also had this like drink I use for working out that has nitrous oxide. That if you don't work out when you do it, you feel like you're going to pass out because all nitrous oxide.
And it might have been expired.
No, it was expired. It expired in December. So like, I'm playing this all of a sudden, I start sweating. I feel like I'm going to crap myself and vomit, and not because of the game, but because I drank something that was expired that makes you feel dizzy.
Because you drank some flat grape goes.
So go and watch that, guys. You get to watch me get nice and sweaty.
This will be fun.
If you're into like the pale ginger thing.
See, I'm inviting way too many gingers on here. This is it's bad for my lighting. You know that? I have to completely change it.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about your soul.
You
know?
Yeah.
No, we steal souls, okay? It's
No,
for every soul.
I'm the only one with a soul here. Fuck, I just thought about this.
Gingers don't need souls, though.
But we still steal them.
Oh, yeah, we just steal them and put them in a box
No,
somewhere.
freckles. The freckles are
Oh,
souls.
is that what those
I don't
are?
see many on
Look at
you.
all
I
the
am
souls.
covered.
Look at all the souls.
Have I been stealing
See,
souls
I have far
without
less
even
souls.
knowing?
Yeah, exactly. We leech the souls away and it adds freckles.
All right, Gambit. Well, your soul stealing ass can go have fun opening up this game store. So tonight's gonna be paint, and then what, man? And then what?
Tonight is paint. Put a door on. Put the gap up between that and the thermal store.
Yeah.
And then after that's just carpet. And we can open up before carpet. I'm going to open up before carpet.
Yeah,
Bang, bang.
So still a lot of work to do, but at least it's getting done.
Exactly.
It looks great. I can't wait for the store to be open. It's gonna I feel like it's gonna be a really good time.
It's gonna be great. Oh, and we also have to dust everything. So we had the dueling Italians the other day. We had 2 Italians in there cutting things, so they didn't have to cut outside. We just cut in the store on the concrete slab. And so, like, sawdust went everywhere. So, like, 3,000 games are covered in sawdust. I got to wipe all of them down.
Do you have an air compressor? It might be worth going through and
everything.
Just blowing it out.
Yeah. It smells very Italian in there right now because you got the sawdust everywhere. But they're sitting there and they're cutting at the same time. So I'm like, that's how Italians do banjos.
You got the sawdust. You hit some marinara in the back. It'll be an Italian household right there.
There you go.
That's it. All right, Gamer Geeks guys, coming soon. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Kingdom Hearts sucks.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get all of the Kingdom Hearts fans on our bad side first episode. That sounds like a good idea.
Let's talk right about that. Yeah,
so you've been playing Kingdom Hearts. I imagine.
I have been playing Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, they lured me in.
Mm-hmm.
You see all the games.
Well, like aesthetically, it is very nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's pleasing.
I mean, that's like half Disney, though.
And I'm playing the what is it? God damn it! See, I can't even.
Yeah.
I thought about the
just
title.
Throw a bunch of random words at the wall,
and
whichever ones
numbers
stick.
with decimals.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. What's there a 2.8 for? Fuck you. Okay. But this is part of my problem is that the pack that I bought, really I haven't played Kingdom Hearts since 2.
Yeah.
When it came out.
Right.
And I wanted to play 3. And my daughter likes Disney stuff.
Yeah, so this is an easy game for you to like play around her.
Yeah. And occasionally she'll play it, wander around in the world.
Yeah.
She's getting decent at it. She doesn't really care for the combat, but guess what? I don't either.
Yeah. and that seems to be a big part of contention with the game is the combat. That seems to be something that like, you either love it or you fucking hate it.
Well, I mean, I know that especially in 2, it gets to a point where you have really good moves and you can do a lot, right?
Yeah.
But at this part in the first game, which is I guess it's 1.5 remix HD.
Yeah, there you go. Just keep saying numbers.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll mean something, right?
And then it's some shit about some tears and I don't know.
Yeah.
So the game that I bought or the pack I bought had 3 games in it, right? So the first one is 1.5, 2.5 or HD remix, blah blah blah, which has fucking 6-7 games in it. So it's Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Chain of Memories. What is that? 3? It's some numbers. 364 plus 2 or some.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Whatever. The one on PSP, I don't remember. And according to what I'm to understand, 2 of these aren't actually games. They're just all of the cutscenes sewed into 2-hour-long films of mind-numbing Kingdom Hearts cutscenes that are not going to make any sense.
No, not unless you played every single game.
And I guess that's what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah. I mean, this is so like. I mean, again, so let's go over some of your biggest gripes with the first game, because that's what you're on right now. You're starting from the beginning. Right. Now, you had played this game before.
Yep,
You'd played Kingdom Hearts before. How did you feel about it then?
I thought it was all right.
Okay.
I don't remember loving it, but I definitely remember beating the shit out of it. I played all the way through the arena, beat Sephiroth, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So what do you think has changed from then and now? Are you just an old curmudgeon? Is that what it is?
No. I mean, I think games have come a long way.
Why don't you just love the joy that oozes out of Kingdom Hearts?
Do you mean the joy of wandering from one end of the map to the other end of the map, back and forth, without having a real solid clue of where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing? No, they give you vague stuff. They're like, but protect the gorillas. Okay. And then I wandered back and forth.
Where are the gorillas? Oh, they're over there.
Okay, here's one. This is probably one of my biggest problems with the general gameplay loop. There are rooms that the goal is to beat all the Heartless, and then something happens.
Mm-hmm.
And right next to those rooms are rooms that spawn endless amounts of Heartless, and nothing happens.
Because you got to do a specific thing or talk to a specific
or you're just supposed to run through that dumbass room, apparently.
Just run, don't fight?
I mean, you can. It doesn't help you unless you're just trying to level up. Nothing happens. No chests appear. Nothing. You're just fucking fighting things.
Low grind rooms.
Low grind rooms. That's cool if you feel like grinding.
Yeah.
Can you make it obvious, the difference? Can you make some kind of barrier? Can you, Devil May Cry, man. Devil May Cry. So this is a game that came out at the same time, for instance. The Devil May Cry 2, 3 era, right?
Yeah.
When even Devil May Cry 1 does this. You get in a room and there's enemies, you can fight them or you can pass them.
Yeah.
You get in a room, the door's read up with seals.
Yeah.
And then you fight enemies,
well,
you
it's the
know,
Legend
I
of-
have to beat these enemies.
It's also the Legend of Zelda
Legend
thing.
of Zelda,
You know,
exactly.
like they've been doing that since the first game.
You walk in the room, the doors close.
I have to fight these guys.
They make it obvious.
Yeah.
You got to fight these guys.
Right.
This is something Kingdom Hearts fails to do on a regular basis, and it just makes you aimless. It makes you go, oh man, I'm going to beat all of them. 10 minutes later, man, they're still coming.
Eventually I'll beat them.
Oh shit, I'm not even supposed to be in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I realize Kingdom Hearts 1 having full dialogue and all that I shouldn't expect that, right?
Right.
It's the first one, okay?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times where I'm just skipping past text because they're basically explaining to you how to walk through a door a lot of the time.
It's like just kind of endless tutorializing, essentially.
Yeah, or jargon, just
constant Donald Duck's voice.
I don't mind that as much. I love Goofy too.
Yeah.
Fucking love me Goofy.
Okay. So to kind of counterbalance this, are there any positives of the game? Because I imagine that's an even shorter list at this point. Are there any positives that you have starting this trek into
I think
Kingdom Hearts?
Kind of putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, well, that's
Asking
what
me
this
about
show's
positive
what this show's for.
Stuff. And think about good things.
Oh, okay.
I
mean,
mean,
the title of this segment is Kingdom Hearts Sucks. So
I think it. No, not at this point.
Oh, I got you.
No, the gummy ship sucks.
The gummy ship.
Almost every world is poorly created.
Yeah.
The combat is clunky. His big ass feet make it hard to just do basic platforming.
Dude, I would say, at least for me personally, and for context, I actually haven't played the first game in at least maybe 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the gummy ship and the platforming are the two, like, at least for me, the two worst things that kind of kills really any playthrough or any like desire to go back to the game at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I'll I may.
Don't do it.
I may. I'm thinking about
Skip
it.
them. Skip them, man. Go to 2. Just get to 2. I'm regretting my decision. I'm only continuing to play it because I'm playing it in front of my daughter.
Yeah,
Again.
yeah.
She enjoys it. That's probably the biggest reason that I'm continuing to play Kingdom Hearts is because she enjoys it.
There you go. There's
and
the
it's
positive.
Mildly addicting.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I'm like,
well, and it's
you ever played a game that's not good? It's annoying enough to make you want to keep playing it. Or you're
out of spite?
Yeah, you're like, fuck you, game. I can.
You will not
get
beat
past
me.
your stupid
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's kind
definitely.
of the way I feel about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're playing out of spite.
Out of fucking spite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of spite and love for my child.
There you go.
What do you think about those two things, huh?
I think those two things go together like biscuits and gravy.
Like fire and ice.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Kingdom Hearts sucks.
I guess stay tuned. I guess this will be an ongoing
This
segment.
will definitely be an ongoing segment. I haven't beat the game yet. I will be, I'll probably be done with it soon. I can only play so much of it before, I just want to put it, a Dremel in my eye. But it's, it's whatever. James Woods, the guy who, it's probably not a James Woods, but the guy who does Hades.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
It's James Woods.
It is actually James Woods?
Yeah, that's James Woods.
Fucking fuck yes.
Yeah.
See, he sounds so good that I was like, it kind of has to be James Woods.
Yeah.
The guy that does Phil from the Coliseum, it's supposed to be Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, yeah.
That's not
Ferwedgie.
Danny DeVito.
No, obviously
That's some
not.
guy.
They couldn't
Yeah.
afford Danny DeVito.
But they got James Woods. I guess he's not that big of a name.
I mean, but yeah, again, it's like it's James Woods. Of course they got James
He'll do
Woods.
whatever. Is
Just
that
do
what you're
whatever.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No video drum anymore. Anyway, I will continue to complain down the saga of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about this. You know, please be civil if you can. But hey,
I would prefer you to roll around in your lament with me and commiserate with this terrible experience that I'm having. How games should not be made any longer.
People like to watch other people hurt. I mean, I think. Yeah.
Schadenfreude, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it for now, guys. I'm Phil D.
And I'm Scott G.
Whoa.
Keep going.
Fuck a duck.
Well, that's going in at the end of the episode.
I'm Phil D.
And I'm Scott G.
Welcome to our inaugural podcast. Okay.
Yes.
As soon as I hit record, that's when the giggles come out.
That's right.
And my nose itches.
Because now everyone's listening to you.
Oh, the blood went to my face. Okay.
Damn. All right.
I'm Phil D.
And I'm Scott G.
Welcome to our inaugural podcast. Fuck you.
God damn, this whole thing is going at the end of the fucking podcast, dude. This whole thing.
I didn't mean for it to be so funny.
Welcome to our inaugural podcast. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
I gotta shake that off.